there's all of this stuff about, understanding mental health, and it's okay to ask for help and all of that sort of stuff. But it's still really just putting the onus on the individual to take responsibility for protecting themselves from the hazards that they're exposed to. So it needs that. Yeah, it's pushing the ownership of the risk down to essentially the sharp end of the organisation. And there's a lot of risk.
Denominator.
Yeah, the risk that should be owned by top management isn't being addressed, isn't being owned, isn't being treated. So it's, we've trained you, so now it's up to you. And if you end up with a psychological injury, it's because you weren't practicing those resilience skills and you weren't doing enough mindfulness meditation during the day, even though, we've got the video camera on you, so we can't catch you with your eyes closed having a meditation, even though that's one of the control measures that we've told you that you need to use to protect yourself. But you can't do that on work time. You have to do that in your own time, which work is infringing upon anyway, because we're here in your home. I mean, that's my most cynical read of the situation. And obviously, not every workplace is like that. And I'm taking it to a fairly dark place to drive the point home, I guess. But
it's a place I've been at, so it's okay.
Yeah, and it's not a good place to be. And even for leaders as well, they're also experiencing that culture and those pressures themselves, and that's why they're pushing it down into their teams too. So it does come from the top. The messaging comes from the top, and I think that it needs to be not only communication from top management about what their expectations are and having those reasonable and human expectations, but that needs to be supported through things like policy that actually allows for leaders to make decisions to adapt to what a team member needs at any particular point in time. But it also does need that, sort of systematic assessment of the hazards to say, well, all right, what about globally? What can we do to reduce these particular hazards? We can see that these are arising, as a result of the systems of work that we have in place. So what can we do about our systems of work to try to get rid of those hazards or reduce their significance?